It's thought that there are over 2.6 billion digital gamers, and a recent survey by game development company PopCap Studios estimates that of those gamers, around 20% have some type of disability. Some of those disabilities leave gamers unable to play the games they love and to participate in the wider community. Scope is a UK-based charity that provides assistance and resources for disabled people and the disabled community. So James, thank you very much for joining us today. Obviously working here at Scope, you guys recently commissioned a survey into gaming and disability. Why did you feel the need to do that?
That's right, at Scope we campaign for the rights of Britain's 40 million disabled people, and we've heard from many of the disabled people that we speak to day in, day out that over the last year particularly, gaming, online gaming, has been a really important lifeline to them, and we wanted to explore what was happening, what their experiences were like, and also find out what else needs to be done.
Was there anything that came out that surprised you? What were some of the other findings?
There were two important things, I think. Firstly, we found that 2 in 5 of the disabled gamers we spoke to had experienced some form of negative attitude when playing online, and around 2/3 had faced some barrier to playing, so whether that's a financial cost or not being able to get the right equipment.
Here to give us more insight into the video game industry is Ian Hamilton, an accessibility expert and consultant who has been advocating for this issue for well over 10 years. How much do you think has changed within the gaming industry in terms of accessibility?
It's changed beyond all recognition, especially if you look back, say, 10 years ago. Even in a shorter time scale, you only have to go back as far as, say, 2015. Consoles didn't have any kind of accessibility accommodations. The idea of a game having even a single accessibility feature, like if a game included a colorblind option, that was big news back then. So in the space of just a few short years, it has changed dramatically.
So Ian, what do you think the gaming industry within the UK can do to improve accessibility?
Well, it's the same globally, really. We're at a point now where significant progress has been made, both on hardware and software side, but we're still really at the beginning. We're not really at the point yet where there has even been a single big name game that's managed to even get the basics right of like subtitles, button remapping, colorblind support, effects intensity. I think we're just about the point where that's going to happen, but really it's not about the basics. We need to get to a point ultimately where anyone can pick up any game and have a reasonable expectation they're not going to be locked out.
Ian, fantastic. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Pleasure.
I'm about to meet Paul Seal. Paul is an ambassador for Special Effect, a UK gaming charity aimed at people with disabilities. He experienced a severe injury in 2005 that left him paralysed from the shoulders down. So how does the quad stick actually work?
The quad stick is 3 straws in front of me. The middle one is a little bit longer than the outside 2. And the middle one is the most important one. So the middle one for me, if I blow into it once, let's say, is jump. And if I suck into it once, that starts walking. And if I suck into it again, that stops walking.
Is it just the same as learning to use a controller pad?
Yeah, see, well, for the past year or so, I've been using that. And I've picked it up pretty quickly, as you've seen this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How has your life changed since using the setup?
It's just night and day. It's absolutely night and day. And now I get to hang out with my other best friend every night, playing games for 2 hours, 3 hours.
What do you think that gaming can do for people with disabilities?
Everything. Absolutely. It just means the world to so many people. Before this, I was pretty lost, and now I feel much happier.
What's the next step, do you think, in terms of making gaming more accessible for disabled gamers?
Gaming is a multi-billion pound, multi-billion dollar industry. There are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of disabled people who play games. We're seeing some companies recognise that group of people now, but I think there's much more companies could be doing cost, accessibility, awareness, tackling some of the poor attitudes and abuse that people still experience to make everybody feel included in the online community.
The conversation around accessibility in gaming is always changing and evolving. What's inspiring to see is the steps being taken by the industry and all the technological innovations that are changing people's lives.